There is one simple number to remember if you are over 60. 60 seconds. According to today's discussion, just 1 minute of purposeful brain and body activity may help engage systems involved in memory, attention, and recall. Welcome to our channel. Please do well to like, share, and subscribe. Many older adults assume that forgetting names, misplacing things, or entering a room and forgetting why they came there is simply an unavoidable part of aging. But the central message here is more encouraging. The brain remains responsive to challenge, movement, novelty, and consistent practice. Longevix Hub is here to explain the reasoning behind this simple daily exercise, highlight important warning signs, and show you how a small, repeatable habit may support a sharper and more confident mind. Stay with us, because understanding why this exercise matters can make it easier to remember and practice every day throughout your daily life. Now, let's look at the first warning sign that many people dismiss because it seems harmless. You walk into a room with a clear purpose, take a few steps, and suddenly cannot remember why you are there. You may laugh, retrace your steps, or simply blame it on getting older. But when these moments become frequent, they deserve your attention. Another common experience is struggling to remember the name of someone you have known for years. The name feels close, almost within reach, yet you cannot bring it forward. Occasional lapses can happen to anyone, but repeated difficulty retrieving familiar information may indicate that your memory system is working harder than it once did. The goal is not panic. It is awareness, because noticing these changes gives you an opportunity to respond. Why do these memory changes become more noticeable for some people after 60? The answer is more complicated than simply saying you are getting older. Several changes can happen together, including reduced physical activity, fewer new experiences, changes in sleep, and alterations in blood flow. The hippocampus, a small structure deeply involved in forming and retrieving memories, depends on healthy circulation and regular mental stimulation. Earlier in life, many people naturally experience novelty every day. New workplaces, responsibilities, journeys, conversations, and unfamiliar situations constantly challenge the brain. After retirement or a quieter lifestyle, routines can become predictable. The brain may receive fewer opportunities to adapt and create new connections. Sleep matters too. Deep sleep plays an important role in processing and storing information from the day. When sleep becomes shorter or less restorative, remembering names, conversations, and recently learned information may become more difficult. The encouraging message from Longevix Hub is that several lifestyle factors influencing brain health can still be supported through intentional daily habits. Now let's focus on the encouraging part. Your brain is not simply a machine that declines with every passing birthday. It remains responsive to what you repeatedly ask it to do. The hippocampus is particularly important because it helps organize new information and connect experiences with memories. When you challenge yourself with movement, coordination, unfamiliar tasks, and active thinking, you give your brain reasons to remain engaged. This is where the simple 60-second exercise becomes interesting. The goal is not to perform a complicated routine or spend hours solving puzzles. Instead, the exercise combines physical movement with mental concentration. That combination requires different parts of your brain to communicate while your body is moving. Longevix Hub wants you to understand one important principle. Consistency matters more than complexity. A short activity that you actually perform every day can become more useful than an elaborate routine you abandon after several days. The purpose is to create a manageable daily challenge that encourages attention, coordination, and active recall, while remaining simple enough to fit naturally into your routine. Now that you understand why keeping the brain challenged matters, let's move to the actual exercise. It is called cross-body coordination, and the idea is remarkably simple. You will move one side of your body while deliberately engaging the opposite side, forcing your brain to coordinate two actions at the same time. Begin by standing near a sturdy chair, countertop, or another stable surface you can hold if necessary. If standing is uncomfortable or unsafe, you can perform the exercise while seated in a firm chair. Keep your shoulders relaxed and your feet comfortably positioned. Raise your right knee while bringing your left hand toward it for a gentle tap. Then switch sides, raising your left knee while bringing your right hand toward it. Continue alternating slowly and deliberately. The goal is not speed. Focus on accuracy, balance, and concentration. As the movement becomes comfortable, your brain must coordinate the changing movements instead of allowing your body to operate completely on autopilot. This combination of movement and attention creates the mental challenge Longevix Hub is emphasizing. Now, add the mental challenge that makes this exercise more demanding. While continuing the alternating knee taps, begin counting backward. You can start from 100 and subtract by sevens. 100, 93, 86, 79, and continue for as long as you comfortably can. Do not become frustrated if you make mistakes. The purpose is not to prove how good you are at mathematics. The purpose is to make your brain concentrate while your body follows a different pattern. If counting backward by sevens feels too difficult, simplify the challenge. Count backward by threes. Recite the months of the year in reverse order, or choose another mental task that requires concentration. As you become more comfortable, gradually increase the difficulty. Try to continue for approximately 60 seconds while maintaining controlled movements. You should feel mentally engaged, not overwhelmed. Longevix Hub emphasizes that attention is essential here. You are deliberately asking your brain to coordinate movement, concentration, and recall simultaneously. Always prioritize safety, especially if you have balance difficulties. Use support nearby and stop immediately if you feel dizzy or unstable. There is another important part of this routine that many people overlook: making it challenging enough to keep your brain engaged. Once the movement becomes completely automatic, introduce a new mental task or change the difficulty. You might count backward using a different pattern, name familiar objects, recite names in a particular category, or remember a short sequence while continuing the crossbody movement. The goal is controlled challenge, not exhaustion. Your brain should have to pay attention and adjust, but you should still feel physically safe and comfortable. If your joints make knee lifting difficult, reduce the height of the movement or perform the routine while seated. If balance is a concern, remain beside a sturdy support. Longevix Hub also wants you to avoid rushing. Performing the exercise quickly with poor coordination does not make it more effective. Slow, deliberate movements allow you to concentrate on what you are doing. Give yourself the full 60 seconds and focus completely on the task. That brief period of intentional effort can become a practical daily opportunity to exercise both your body and your mind. Now that you know how to perform the exercise, the next challenge is making it part of your daily life. A routine only becomes useful when you can remember to do it consistently. One simple strategy is to connect your 60-second exercise to something you already do every day. This is often called habit stacking. For example, you might perform it immediately after your morning coffee, after brushing your teeth, or before beginning your usual evening routine. Choose one activity that happens consistently and use it as your reminder. Instead of waiting until you suddenly remember to exercise, let your existing habit trigger the new one. The original script suggests that morning may be a convenient time because it can help you begin the day with purposeful movement and mental engagement. However, the most important factor is choosing a time you can realistically maintain. Remember, missing one day does not mean you have failed. Simply return to the routine the next day. Longevix Hub encourages consistency without perfection, because a sustainable habit is far more valuable than an ambitious routine you cannot maintain. So, what should you realistically expect when you begin practicing this exercise? The most important thing is not to demand immediate dramatic results. Your brain adapts gradually, and the first changes may be easier to notice in your coordination and concentration than in your memory. During the first few days, the movement may feel awkward. You might lose your rhythm or struggle with the backward counting. With repetition, the sequence can begin to feel more natural. That improvement is a sign that your brain is becoming more familiar with the task. After about a week of consistent practice, you may begin noticing that you can concentrate on the movement and mental challenge more comfortably. Over time, the routine can become a regular opportunity to practice attention, coordination, and recall. Longevix Hub reminds you that this exercise should not be presented as a guaranteed treatment or cure for memory disorders. If you experience persistent, worsening, or concerning memory changes, speak with a qualified healthcare professional. A daily exercise can support healthy habits, but it should never replace appropriate medical evaluation when genuine problems arise.
As you finish today's routine, remember the most important message. Caring for your memory does not have to involve complicated programs, expensive equipment, or hours of your day. A simple, consistent practice can give you an opportunity to challenge your coordination, concentration, and recall. Start with 60 seconds. Make safety your priority and gradually build the habit into your daily routine. Do not become discouraged by an occasional forgotten name, misplaced item, or moment of distraction. These experiences can happen at any age. However, if memory problems become persistent, interfere with everyday activities, or seem to be getting worse, talk with a qualified healthcare professional. Your concerns deserve proper attention. Longevix Hub is here to help you understand healthy aging and make informed choices about your well-being. Take this information as an opportunity to become more intentional about movement, sleep, mental stimulation, and everyday habits that support your overall health. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next video.